So detectives count it as evidence of being genuine when there's variance in the story. If instead these eyewitnesses, one of them said, yeah, I was at home, watching the game with my friends. We had nachos and beer. And then the second guy says, I had drinks with some friends. And then the third guy says, I was watching the Packers game, actually. And then the fourth guy says, I made a ton of nachos and my buddies came over and we watched the game. That's much more believable. Even if one of them got something wrong. If one of them said that there was no alcohol there, you'd say, well, maybe he didn't drink, but the others said there was beer, right? And in the same light, when we look at this, here's why historians look at this as actual credibility to the claim. Because what they all say is that a group of women found the empty tomb, which is a big deal because that means they're all admitting in the culture where women's testimony is not admissible in court that women found the empty tomb. If they were fabricating a tale, they would tell you that men found the empty tomb because men's testimony is admissible in court. It means something in their culture that women's testimony in their culture didn't mean. And then they do have this thread of consistency that Mary Magdalene went there. Why is that important? Here's what likely occurred. Mary Magdalene and other women came into the room where the apostles were and told them that she had found the tomb empty. And because Mary Magdalene was the one who spoke, and this is a big event that caused them to get up and run to the tomb, they're not quite sure who was with her. So they're all recalling the best they can. And so that also means it's very reasonable that all the women they name were actually there. That it was Mary Magdalene, and that it was the other Mary, and it was Salome, and that it was Joanna, and that it possibly more women as well. This isn't a contradiction.